Welcome back, guys, and welcome to another video. As always, if you are new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, right? That button right there, right? It's gonna pop up right there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as we are closing in on 500 subscribers, where we will do a cool giveaway for one or two of our subscribers, where we'll give away $500, right? So make sure you hit that subscribe button. You could be one of those lucky winners. With that being said, for all my OGs, make sure you like the video. Make sure you go ahead and comment, as this video is actually very, very special to me. I always talk about strategies or, mindset or stuff I've done in the market. Well, today's video is going to be what one of my students has done on one of my personal live sessions, right? So today we caught a huge US 30 move where it was massive. It was amazing, and we caught it at the tippy top. I'm going to show you exactly how we called this trade, what we looked for, and then I'm going to show you the profits of one of my students and how he cashed in on $6,000 in one day, right? So stay tuned. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like the video and stay tuned till the end, as we're going to show you something very, very special, all right? All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and dive into exactly what it is that we saw within US 30 this morning at opening bell that led us to take our entry, right? I don't erase my art for anyone. So, what you see is what you get. And pretty much, hopefully, you get to learn something from this, okay? So the very, very first thing that we saw in this trade was that we already had a descending triangle on Tuesday, right? We were at our live session, which we stream on Twitch and YouTube. So make sure you go ahead and tune into those. We do those Tuesdays and Thursdays from about 8:30 a.m. all the way to maybe 9:45, 10 o'clock, depending on market conditions, right? So make sure you tune into the live streams as we cash in on as much money as we can, of course, with, market conditions and, market blessing us, of course. So on Tuesday, we noticed that we had a descending triangle. Not only that, as you can see right here, this is the descending triangle where my mouse is. And then it also hit a daily resistance. So far, every time it has hit daily resistance, it has always retraced. We can look to the left. If we go ahead and, kind of just minimize this and look to the left, it'll hit the daily resistance and kind of bounce off. It'll struggle at the top maybe for a little bit and bounce off, right? So we kind of want to see major confirmations on the upside of this resistance, maybe turning it into support with strong candle confirmations along with other confluences in order to decide we want to buy at this daily resistance, right? But other than that, we saw this descending triangle that formed, created a huge drop, right? At this huge drop, it then, broke through one of our support levels, reaching into our second support level, and then pretty much started consolidating throughout the end. So from here, what we noticed around, I want to say 8:30, 8:45, along with other news that happened, which is fundamental analysis that we found on Bloomberg.com and investing.com, which kind of gave us confidence that the market would drop. So we knocked out our fundamental analysis. From there, we saw a particular pattern starting to form. So not only did we start seeing resistance at the 947 area for US 30, we started to see a pattern. We saw a big drop followed by kind of a diagonal, pullback in a way, right? And if anyone notices, this is exactly what it's called right here. This is called a bearish flag pattern, right? As you can see right here, these are multiple examples of a bearish flag. So that's exactly what we started to see right here. So what we did, we decided to get in at the resistance level. What we ended up doing was trying to take a risk of no more than 100 pips, right? So that was our target. So we decided to keep our entry somewhere in this area right here. Our SL, or stop loss, was going to be the resistant level that previously broke on Tuesday. So God forbid, it didn't go in our direction, it would take us out at 111 pips. Of course, depending on, what your lot size is, that's for you to calculate. But for us, this is what I personally calculated as the stop loss, 111 pips. Could I have created a tighter stop loss? Of course. But I use proper risk management so I can afford to lose a little bit more pips or, risk more pips just because my risk management is pretty disciplined and it's up there. I've blown enough accounts to know that, play smart and be disciplined with your money, right? Or the account. So then what we decided to do was use our TP right here, which was at the very, very next support level, right? So this was close almost to a 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? Very, very close to a 3-to-1. I want to say a little bit above, close almost to a 3-to-1. But this was our position. This was our setup that we wanted to take. We were very, very confident in the trade. Not only that, we had multiple candles rejecting at this particular level, which essentially was our entry. And we did have to wait a while, but as you can see, a lot of rejection in that entry, and immediately hit TP within, I want to say, an hour. By 11 o'clock, we were out of the trade. This trade setup took maybe an hour and a half to completely set up for us, where, it barely went up in risk. I think the most we were negative was maybe $100, but overall, went straight into profit, was in profit most of the time, and then hit our TP. What I usually tell all my students that trade with me is once we have a strong confirmation candle, something like an engulfing candle, I want to move my SL into profit or break even and take 50% of my profits, right? The trade ride out, right? But at some point, if you're anything like me, I don't want to be in the trade, super long. I don't want to spend 8 hours on the chart. I want to get my money, want to get in and want to get out, right? So one of my students actually took this trade with me and just followed exactly what I told him to do. Shout out to him. His name is Sniper Stan. He got in at the same entry with me and pretty much just kept moving his stop loss into, profit, just kept pretty much trailing his profits and taking 50% of his profits all the time, taking his partials, right? And then look what the trade ended up doing. Just a beautiful setup. I take this trade, 9 times out of 10. And look what it just did. It just kept going. It just kept melting. And this is exactly how my student, Sniper Stan, made $6,000 today on a setup that we called on our live trade, right? So if you want to be a part of, the live sessions, make sure you tune in to either Twitch or YouTube, where we stream, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. to about 9:45, 10 o'clock, sometimes 11, depending on the schedule. But for the most part, if you want to be a part of this, make sure you check this out, okay? Now, if you want to be a part of our VIP signals, where we send out signals, trade ideas, 1 to 3 times a day, of course, depending on market conditions, make sure you go ahead and check out billionaireherrera.com. Head over to VIP signals, and guess what? The price is only $39.99. If you were like one of my students, like Sniper Stan, who made $6,000 off of one trade idea, you would understand the ROI, or the return on investment of $39.99 is unimaginable. He can pay this off for an entire year and still have money left over, right? So really consider it. If you're looking for VIP signals, head over to, billionaireherrera.com, hit VIP signals, only $39.99 a month. I guarantee you will make money within this signals group, right? As always, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you give this video a like, comment what video you want to see next, and make sure you tune in to our live stream Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. where we try to show you the ropes, show you step by step how we pick out the trades, what we look for, and how we construct our biases within the trade. Appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.